City, broadcasting live from the mothership, the Radio Central Studios on McCulloch. We have MCC in the house today because it's the MCC Bighorn Blast podcast, right? And Vanessa Espinoza is here. She's the public information manager. And I had to ask you because there's no video. Right?
Yeah.
We have no video today. So James Jarman sends his regards, but does not bring the camera. And Vanessa is here along with Janice Berkenheger. Yep. I got it right. Yep. Corporate Education Program Manager for Corporate and Community Education. Okay, that's the whole segment right there, right? That's quite the title. How do you get that on a business card?
I don't. I couldn't. My business card is Program Manager Corporate Education.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, because that's corporate education is my focus, even though I help out in the other areas.
Right. Tell us, what is corporate education?
Corporate education is workforce development and professional development for businesses, so they can train their employees, their managers, and even business owners and solopreneurs can do some training. Okay.
So workforce development, badly needed in this county?
Very badly needed in this county. Being in a rural area, we have limited numbers of workforce, and there's been limited resources, and MCC is doing actually very excellent filling that gap and providing that training.
Okay, I got you. And let's talk about on the website. I know you have a web page where there's some introductory information as well, mohave.edu/corped.
Yes.
So how does that relate to college classes? What classes do students take in corporate education?
There are non-credit classes, even though some of our programs we can bring some credit classes into them. And they are classes on leadership and marketing and customer service, conflict management, communications, all these core foundational classes that businesses need for their employees to have these skills in order to do their jobs better and create, customer loyalty and increase the bottom line and all these wonderful things that business owners want to have happen.
Tell me about those trainings and workshops.
We have workshops that we offer. Right now they're bi-monthly. They'll be every month coming up. Mm-hmm. They're about 3-hour workshops either at the local chambers because we partner with the local chambers, and they will also be held on campus just depending on how that goes. And those are designed for an employee to be able to go to their boss and say, hey, we just did a time management workshop. Hey, I want to learn more about time management. Can I go to this workshop? Or their manager might send 2 or 3 employees to those trainings. We also have trainings where we come in and customize, work with the business to customize what they need the most, talk to them about their challenges, what skills that they feel their employees are lacking. We will customize those trainings. We will go on site to their business if they have an area, or we'll bring them into the college. Sometimes they are a series of trainings. Lake Havasu City is doing a year-long supervisor excellence program. This is the second one that they've done.
The city employees then?
The city employees,
really?
Yes.
Interesting.
They've got 24 of their employees enrolled. By the time they're done with this year, they will have trained almost 50 of their employees, and they have their own pipeline of employees that now have the skills that they need to be promoted and do those new jobs effectively.
Any particular departments? Can you mention that?
There are multiple departments.
Okay.
There's law enforcement. There's the public works departments. I think they're pulling from almost all the departments.
Oh, wow. How interesting. What's an example of some of those courses?
They are studying human relations. They had a session on conflict management this week where the HR director came in and trained them on some of that. They did some case studies. They did some role playing, and they were acting as supervisors and how would they handle these situations, these various situations with their employees.
Any team building involved?
Yes. They have a project that they have to work as a team to do that will be finished through this year as they go through that, an internal project, so that they can leave their positive mark and impact on the city and improve some things with the city.
Kind of like a leadership program where you develop a project and then bring that back at a later date.
Yeah, it's similar to some of those leadership programs that we have in our local communities with regards to the projects. Yes, absolutely.
Wow, how interesting. And is this typical of the kind of trainings that you offer for non-governmental businesses as well?
Mm-hmm. One of our clients in Steel, they did a 7-week intensive series that included managing and supervising others, managing and resolving conflicts, successful organizational leadership, and a few more courses in addition to that, team performance.
Is it always one company at a time, or do you take certain key employees from different companies and train them?
We can structure certain key employees from different companies. We did in the Bullhead City Area Chamber of Commerce just hosted on Monday chambers from the Quad State Chamber Alliance for a customer service training that was custom tailored for chamber professionals, and they hosted that, and there was participants from 4 chambers that came. So we can do that in addition to the one-to-one.
Right. How long have you been doing this?
I've been facilitating for the college for almost 2 years, and then recently took on this full-time role to help manage the program and build the program.
Oh, wow, how interesting. What are some examples of the businesses that have gone through this program with Mohave Community College?
We had a property management company reach out and sent all their employees on a Saturday morning to get some customer service training.
That means you get to work on Saturday.
I got to work on Saturday, which is okay. I'm passionate, and some of my personal core values are personal development and professional development. So I'm just excited to help people do their jobs and live their lives better, and I think there's such a need for this program that that was why I had gotten involved. So yes, I got to work on a Saturday. I was happy to do that. We've had some larger company in Bullhead City that had us come in for communications and managing and supervising others trainings. One thing that happened, we had mentioned COVID before the show had started. One thing that happened is a lot of businesses, they promoted a lot of their employees that were really good employees. It takes different skills to manage and be a leader, and they were finding that these really great employees didn't have the skills they needed to be the really great leaders. So we're filling that void so that these great employees can now also be really great in their leadership role, because it's 2 different skill sets.
Has Mohave Community College, in your office, have you identified offices or departments within the college that might use your training as well?
Actually, I did a training for one of our departments a month ago on artificial intelligence.
Oh, really? How did that go?
It went great. They were having a day where they had gotten together to do various trainings and things, so I was included to just come in and do the training. But it went great. That's such a hot topic right now. We're going to be doing more trainings and bringing more of that out. It's such a hot topic, and so we did a really great training with that.
What's the concern with AI that would lead them to come to you?
I don't know that it's the concern with AI as much as just learning how to use it and how to use it safely and how to use it in a way that you still have accurate information, in a way that you're still putting your own knowledge and your own wisdom. It's a great research tool.
Right.
Yet it's not always accurate, so you need to be alerted that just because you pulled something off of AI, it may not be accurate. And learning how to prompt it the right way to get the output that you want and the answers that you want.
Sure. I found AI useful when shopping on Amazon, for example. They have reviews now that are AI generated. So they'll go, let's say there's 1,000 reviews. Instead of having to read through 1,000 reviews, you can read the synopsis of an AI review. It's actually pretty cool. And they'll give you the pros and the cons of buying that one product. It actually helped with the computer that I bought recently, so for the office. So I found that to be pretty interesting. But do you see your office helping then county-wide with some of the needs that employees have?
Yeah, absolutely.
And are they filling those needs?
I think we are filling the needs. We're still getting the word out. I think the biggest thing is just letting the employers and the people in the county know that we are here and we can fill these needs and we can help the employers identify the needs. Sometimes an employer is just underwater and they're not bringing enough money in and they're struggling with their employees to be efficient and motivated and different things, and they don't even know that these workforce trainings can change all of that for them.
Oh, no kidding.
So educating them, and the college is really proactive in looking for the gaps and finding a way to fill the gaps. If there's a curriculum that we don't have and somebody needs, we'll build it.
I see. What's the investment for a company in something like this?
It varies. It varies depending on how many courses, how many employees. We do work within budgets, and full or partial funding for course fees may be available from Arizona at Work through its grant-funded programs.
Oh, no kidding. That's pretty interesting right there. So depending on the size of your business, or if you're just sending a key employee, or that sort of thing. But you look at it as an investment. It must help tax-wise at the end of the year, knowing that you invested in your company with some sort of education, possibly, right?
I'm not a CPA.
But you don't even play one on the radio?
However, I'm definitely not going to claim to be a CPA on the radio.
Yeah, right.
However, most of your business expenses are write-offs.
Yeah, sure.
So, there is that part of it.
Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and take a short break, and we'll talk a little bit more about corporate education as well as what happens in the public information side of MCC as well with Vanessa Espinoza, and that was Janice Berkenheger. She's the Corporate Education Program Manager for Corporate and Community Education. And we have something in common. We both listen to Hair Nation.
That's
do
right.
when I can. I don't have Sirius XM at the moment, but I know what channel it's on.
Yep.
And Ozzy's Boneyard. So, all right, we're going to go to break. That was her choice of music. Back with more in a moment. I'm Paul Lavoie. Speak Out will continue. If you have a question or concern, give us a call at 928-854-KNTR, 928-854-5687, or you can text us at 928-727-5566. This is part of the Bighorn Blast podcast. And by the way, you can use that number, the first number, 854-KNTR, to pick up some Symphonic Winds tickets. The first concert of the season coming up on Sunday, December 1st, 3 p.m., right before the Christmas tree lighting at Wheeler Park. Give me a call. I'll give you up to 4 tickets for the Symphonic Winds performance on December 1st. And the ladies are still here. They haven't jumped ship yet. Janice Berkenheger, Corporate Education Program Manager for Corporate and Community Education, as well as Vanessa Espinoza, Public Information Manager. We pretty much cover everything we need to about corporate ed.
Yeah, we covered a lot.
My only question that's left is, how do companies sign up?
They schedule a meeting with me or my manager, Gina Krumper, and we will go in and look at their challenges and their needs and help them define exactly what is going to be the best path for them, and we'll get the program set up and customized and scheduled, and we'll bring in our facilitators and get it done.
Yeah, Gina was scheduled to be on with you both as well. Unfortunately, had a meeting this morning. Did you both come down from Kingman?
Yeah. I came from Fort Mohave.
Oh, very good. Very good. That's my old home away from home, right? My home away from Havasu, so to speak. So Vanessa Espinoza is the Public Information Manager, and what is it that I know what public information is? I know so you're the PIO for the college. I always thought it was James.
I'm pretty much like the second. James is definitely the first one to go to.
So when he says email this to me, it actually goes to you?
Maybe sometimes. It depends if he's busy or not, but most of the time, yeah.
What are some of your duties?
So I, of course, am the Public Information Manager. I take on the role of a lot of press releases that get sent out to our local stakeholders and our news agencies. I also am in charge of the social media for the college, so everything that gets posted on the Mohave Community College Instagram and Facebook channels, that's usually me who's posting all of that.
Okay.
We put together the Bighorn newscast. So it's our digital communication specialist who puts that all together, but we are the ones that go and take the videos and the photos of all the events that happen at the college as well.
We're going to play some of that later in the show.
Yeah,
probably in the next segment. We'll play the Bighorn Blast newscast. Where do you get the stories for that?
So it's all local college events that happen. It's pretty much the events that happen within the month, or any stories of employees or students that we'd want to feature on there, but it's mainly all college events.
Do you get lobbied by different offices to get on there?
No, it's usually...
That's surprising.
Yeah, it's usually whatever we think, is the best thing to put on there that really helps represent the college.
Certain times of the year, of course, are probably more popular than others.
Oh, definitely.
You got registration, I would imagine, that's ending for spring semester?
Actually, it's currently open for the spring and summer semesters right now. The spring semester starts in January 13th, and the summer starts June 2nd. And yes, registration is still open for those semesters. One
thing I like about news, doing the news, is I'm always learning something. Do you find that to be true?
Yes, definitely always learning something. Prior to working at the college, I worked at the newspaper, and definitely always learning new things, learning about people, learning about community resources. Same thing with the college. You learn about all the stuff that departments are doing. For example, like what corp and community ed do. You're always constantly learning of what everyone else is doing in the college.
What's your newspaper background?
I actually worked at the Kingman Daily Miner.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
How long ago?
Well, I've been with the college for about 5 going on 6 years, so about 5 or 6 years ago.
And then your education background, were you a journalism major?
Yes, I studied journalism and mass communication at the University of New Mexico.
Oh, nice. Which one is that?
That's UNM in Albuquerque.
The Lobos, right?
The Lobos, yes.
Oh, gotcha. Former UNLV rival.
Yes.
That's my school. Back in the 80s,
yeah.
we were in the same conference as the Lobos.
I think we still are.
Oh, maybe, possibly, Mountain West.
Yeah, I think we still are part of the same
Could
conference.
be. Could be. I don't follow it like I used to. Not the Mountain West, anyway.
Yeah, I don't follow it as much either. I just see whatever they post on social media.
Are you originally from New Mexico?
Yes, I am. It's the southern part of New Mexico, right by the El Paso, Texas border area. So.
What city?
It's called Chaparral, New Mexico.
Okay.
Rural, but doesn't feel rural because you're just so close to El Paso, Texas.
Interesting. Very interesting state.
Yeah.
No, it really is. Really is. So was that a big change for you going from rural New Mexico to the city?
No. So it didn't feel like a big change because where I grew up, it's only a 10-minute drive to El Paso, Texas. So I grew up going there all the time, and I have all my family there.
I got you.
So going from rural New Mexico to Albuquerque, the only real difference was
altitude.
The winters were a lot colder, even though it didn't feel like it would be. They were definitely a lot colder, which I do miss. But definitely like the noise at night, that kind of stuff. But no, not much of a difference.
That and spelling Albuquerque on a keyboard is like muscle memory, right?
Definitely still have to sound it out.
There's no other word quite like it, that's for sure. All right, let's go ahead and take our second break of the hour, and we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit more about public information. Working with James Jarman. That must be interesting.
It's great. He's amazing.
He's fun.
He's fun. Definitely fun.
A song I miss, an artist I truly miss, Ronnie James Dio, right?
Yep.
Little Rainbow in the Dark as we go to break. And don't forget, we have rodeo tickets for tonight and tomorrow. The priority is tonight. We have 2 sets of box seats. So give us a call, 928-855-9336, 928-855-9336, and Marissa June will take your call. That's for tonight, 7 p.m. Tomorrow's rodeo at 2 p.m. We have 1 set of box seats. All right, back with more in a moment. We've got our guests from MCC, Janice Berkenheger, Corporate Education Program Manager, and Vanessa Espinoza, who's the Public Information Manager. Back with more in a moment. Stay with us on Speak Out. All right, Speak Out brought to you in part by Springburg Wealth Management, also by The Chair, Havasu-style dining and live entertainment in a flip-flop atmosphere. A fantastic view of the London Bridge. Stroll on over to the chair. Also by Mohave Community College. Thank you so much for your support of Speak Out. SamsGuns.com. Also solar powered by Esme Electric. By Dorita's Place, providing Havasu with all-natural dog and cat food along with pet toys since 2006. Yes, that is a thing. All-natural dog and cat food, right?
Yep.
It's a thing. By the Lewis Team, Remax by the Lake with Bobby and Julie Lewis, and our newest sponsor, Looky Lou's Antiques and Collectibles. Check out their website, LookyLou'sHavasu.com. And as owner Scott Goodman says, you're going to like this from a public affairs standpoint or public information. You die, I buy. Is that the best? Is that as direct as it gets or what? All right, shop local, spend local, eat local, play local, and get locally educated at places like Mohave Community College. You guys are really standing out in the community. I mean, we've had, of course, ASU leaving Havasu soon, but you guys are just going strong like gangbusters. In Havasu, Bullhead City, you have that campus, you have the Kingman campus, and you have North Campus in Colorado City. It's going crazy, right? And now you have rebranding.
Yeah.
How fun!
It is fun.
Is that going to be fun or what? What is the strategy for rebranding to Mohave College?
Well, we are starting, like you said, we are going full force. We are doing so much at the college to fill the needs within all of the communities we serve. So we just figured changing the name to Mohave College better suited and filled those needs. That all the changes and all the things we are doing to help improve the college and the communities we serve. So I think that is what really led to us changing the name to Mohave College. So we are very excited, and we're very looking forward to all that great stuff that we'll be doing.
How much did you and James have input-wise into that name change? Any at all? Or did they say, hey, how difficult is this going to be before they actually made the name change?
So we formed a committee, and the committee consisted of different employees within the college as well as the employees from the Office of College Communications, and we just kind of figured out what would be the best name and go from there, and then we just presented it to the board, and it was the board who obviously made the final decision of what to change it to.
So it wasn't like, oh my gosh, are you guys kidding me? And then go from there?
No, it was like that. It was like we were all like on the same page. We're like, yeah, we need to either rebrand, create a new logo, whether we kept the same name or not, or change our name. Either way, we were going to do a rebrand to make sure we are branded as what we are doing within as an institution.
So yeah, everybody was in agreement. That's strange because you get used to, I mean, you're rolling right along, right? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But now something is going to change, which means you had to fix something. What was the need?
I don't think we really had to fix anything. It was just the last time the college did a rebrand was maybe 10 plus years ago, and industry standard, you kind of do that every 5, or if you do mess something up, but we just saw it as it's just time to modernize it, making sure our brand is fitting in what the institution is doing.
I got you. Mm-hmm. Do we want to talk about you have somebody going on the board who's Nicole Bratley is going on the board. What do we want to mention about that? What does she bring to the board?
I don't know much. I only have met her once, but she is replacing our current board member, Candida Hunter. Uh-huh. And she is part of the Boosters soccer team. So I think she will bring a great positive light to the board. I think she will be an amazing asset to the board as well as the college as a whole.
Speaking of soccer, that just took off this year on the men's program especially, right?
Yeah, they did really well. Our men's did very well this season, and I hope they continue the same effort this next season to come. And I hope our women's, keep pushing and don't give up and work hard and bring a lot of stuff to next season as well.
So speaking of which, Janice
Yes.
Berkenheger is here, Corporate Education Program Manager, along with Vanessa Espinoza, who was just speaking, the Public Information Manager. That's a brand new department in athletics, right? Any tips from your office to that office, or any trainings in the works for, to create more efficiencies or more better trained personnel in the athletic department?
You threw a tough question at me.
Did I?
And the reason it's a tough question is not being involved in the athletic department. They may have excellent staff already that already knows exactly what they need to be doing and are running at full efficiency.
Right.
So without knowing exactly what they're doing and how they do it, that's a question that I don't have the right answer to.
Question for Camilo, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Let's talk about an event that's coming up, and it's MCC Shines.
Yeah, MCC Shines. It is our annual holiday event.
Is that on all 3 campuses?
It's on all 4.
All 4.
Campuses.
I always think of 3, so that wasn't really fair.
Fair enough, but yeah, it is on all of our 4 campuses, but at least for our 3 southern ones. For Havasu is actually on December 5th. It's on a Thursday from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. in buildings 500 and 600 on the Havasu campus. There will be pictures with Santa and Mrs. Claus, treats, lighting ceremony, all the fun stuff. And then for Bullhead, it's also on December 5th from 5 to 7:30 as well. There will be pictures with Santa, crafts with our mascot Blaze the Bighorn, treats, and all lots of good stuff. For Kingman, it is on Friday, December 13th from 6 to 8 p.m. Same thing, pictures with Santa, games, cookies. The Kingman and Lee Williams High School brass bands will be performing, so lots of fun for the family to go out there and have some fun.
I always think of it as the kickoff for the lights that stay on afterwards, too.
Yeah.
Who does all that work?
It's our facilities department.
Oh, they do a great job.
They do an amazing job.
All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and set up the newscast.
Yeah.
What is on the MCC
Bighorn Blast
newscast? Right. It's no longer the Mohave Minute.
Yeah, no.
Because we don't want to paint it as 60 Minutes. That was the rebranding there, right?
Yeah.
All right. So tell me what's on the Bighorn Blast newscast.
This last segment, we featured our Pumpkin Fest, which is our Halloween themed, kind of like MCC Shines, but our Halloween one where we give a bunch of candy. We have, oh my God, what do we have? It's kind of like you get it done and you're like, well, you forget it kind of thing.
Yeah, right. Let's move on to the next month.
Yeah, let's move on.
Well, let's go ahead and go into November, the Bighorn Blast newscast, and then we'll come back and talk to the ladies some more.
First up, it's an action-packed fall semester at the college and in our surrounding communities. We'll start with Halloween. The Student Nursing Club put together a spooky haunted house along with a lot of fun and treats for the kids. It was in addition to the always popular Pumpkin Fest events on the campuses. The crowds of kids and their families showed up dressed to impress with terrific costumes. Mascot Blaze the Bighorn made an appearance at the Bullhead campus, while in Kingman, a life-size lovable Care Bear was on hand to see everyone. Employees and students set up fun booths with various activities and handed out candy for the kids. The College Pumpkin Fest events always pull in the crowds, with thousands of people having good family fun. The College Student Art Club held its annual Day of the Dead art show. Students set up and showed their art, which was for sale at the Beale Street Center. First and second place went to Taylor Taylor for photography and digital design. Best in Show went to Renee Carroll for drawing, and Marta Ramirez won for mixed media. The Havasu campus employees, students, and Latino Club had a great time at the city's London Bridge Day Parade. Kids of employees and students are also welcome in the Latino Club, and they had a blast in the parade too. They all handed out candy, as well as college fans and other goodies. Radiologic Technology students showed off some of their work on various industry topics for Radiologic Technology Week. They created engaging presentations that included insight on ethics, emerging technology, continuing education topics, rad tech around the world, and more. Head online to Mohave.edu to learn more about the Rad Tech program. Just click Health and Public Services in the middle of the homepage, then scroll down and click Radiologic Technology. The Kingman campus recently held its annual Bighorn Trek event. It showcases college programs, student resources, and higher education transfer partners. Hundreds of middle school and high school students from the Kingman area were there and had a chance to talk with instructors and get more information about the college to career paths they can get started on right here at their hometown college. Instructors and employees also took part in the Colorado River Union High School District's College and Career Expo. The annual event at the Anderson Fieldhouse in Bullhead City is always packed with local middle and high school students. MCC instructors had engaging displays to help teach the students about all the college programs. Congratulations to the newest members of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, known as PTK. The induction ceremony on the Kingman campus welcomed more than 24 students. Family, friends, and college employees were there to honor and celebrate the newest members of the Honor Society. Congratulations also to several college employees who've been instrumental in assisting the Corporate and Community Education Division with enhancements to help students. Mackenzie Dexter, Megan Knox, and Kaylin Trivas received their recognitions during the President's Cabinet meeting, while Helen Garcia, Ong Yanko, and Eleanor Blair joined via Zoom. Head online to Mohave.edu and scroll down to the News and Events section to read more.
Oh my gosh, it's an absolute pleasure to have everybody here in this room tonight, everybody from across Arizona.
A terrific and insightful time at the Arizona Community College Administrators Conference. This year, Mohave Community College hosted the event in Lake Havasu, and City Mayor and MCC alum Cal Sheehy was on hand to welcome attendees from across the state. Community college leaders came together to learn from each other and see what's working well across the state to help students in local communities, and then bring those great ideas and concepts back to their own districts. Approximately 150 college administrators attended the conference. A lot of action at the future site of the Advanced Manufacturing Training Center out at the Kingman Airport Industrial Park. The foundation is now complete and materials for the structure have been delivered, with the walls starting to go up. It's scheduled to open in the fall of 2025. Be sure to head to Mohave.edu/newsroom to access all the Bighorn Blast newscasts as well as the Bighorn Blast podcasts. The college website and social media channels are the best way to stay up to date with college news and events. And of course, if you have a story idea, send it to mcc@mohave.edu.
And we just can't get away from JJ, can we?
No, he's everywhere.
That's a good one. He's everywhere. He's everywhere. All right, James Jarman, of course, the narrator of the Bighorn Blast newscast, and you're still listening to the Bighorn Blast podcast. And by the way, we still have tickets for tomorrow's rodeo. We have 4 box seats for tomorrow's Military Rodeo Cowboys Association World Finals Rodeo at Sarah Park at the rodeo grounds. So give the office a call, 928-855-9336, and you may just score those last 4 tickets. So I told you there was going to be a test afterwards, didn't I? While we were off the air.
Yes.
While we were off the air and the Bighorn Blast newscast was on. So what did you take from the Arizona Community College Administrators Conference? What did you take back? What were your takeaways from that?
So yeah, we hosted the Arizona Administrators Conference this year, and it's all the community colleges within the state of Arizona that come together, and it's a lot of directors and leadership roles that participate in this conference, and they just learn from each other on how better to take away things to implement at their institutions, and help better the students and the communities and all that kind of stuff. What I learned specifically, we went into a brand session that AZ Western held, and we just got to, because they went through a rebrand maybe a year or 2 ago.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, so we learned from their dean to get an insight of what maybe to expect, how we can implement some things as we are rebranding and stuff like that. So we just took a little bit from them and learned what we will be doing here soon. or are doing.
That's the one school that finished in first place in the soccer program for the men. If I remember right, they're nationally ranked, but our guys were like right behind them.
Yes, I believe so. That is what happened.
There's a strange rule too from the NJCAA. I thought about first-year programs not being able to play in the playoffs. That was a little strange to me.
Yeah, it is a very interesting rule. It did catch some of us off guard at least. But yeah, it is a very strange rule.
Yeah, you overachieve in order to make the playoffs. You're a first-year program, right? Nobody's expecting much of anything.
Yeah.
And then you have the record to make the postseason, but you're not in the postseason. It's like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't understand it.
Yeah, I totally agree. But yeah, we'll see how next season goes, and I'm sure we'll still make it to the playoffs, and hopefully.
It's got to really help with recruiting.
Oh yeah.
My brother's the soccer coach at Shadow Ridge in Vegas, and Camilo had 3 of his players this year. So yeah, my brother Brian was pretty happy about that. That could come right down to Bullhead City and watch him play. His
so
former
nice.
high school players. So that was cool. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about corporate ed and community ed. What's the difference between corporate and community, by the way?
That's a great question.
Thanks.
Community ed is a lot of the fun classes and the hobby classes, and they also offer classes to help people better some of their business skills, like Excel and different types of that stuff. So that's where just somebody in the community can come and sign up for a class because they want to improve a skill, learn a new skill, or they just want to have fun doing a new hobby or improving a hobby that they've already been doing.
Right.
Corporate ed is 100% focused on educating the workforce.
Okay. Tell people again who own a business out there who might be wanting to take advantage of that service from Mohave Community College, putting their employees or their teams through that corporate education. Tell people how they can get signed up.
Okay. You can reach me directly at Berkenheger at mohave.edu.
It's Berkenheger.
Berkenheger, yes, at mohave.edu. And just send me a quick email. Let me know you want to get together, or you can call me at 928-681-5649. That's my direct line. And we will set up a meeting where we will come visit you at your workplace, and we'll go over the challenges you're having and how we can close that gap and get your workforce trained. And a trained workforce is a motivated workforce. Right. And
do you ever get feedback from those companies that say, hey, you really made a difference here? We
do. In fact, we are filming a testimonial today from one of our companies, and we've got an appointment in a couple weeks to film another testimonial, so we'll be releasing those. And one of the things I've seen when I was doing more facilitating, the workforce out here, for the most part, is excited to learn new skills, and they're excited when their company invests in them. Mm-hmm. When I walk into these trainings, all the employees are excited. They want to learn, they want to implement, they want to do. They are more vested in their companies when their companies are investing in them. So it's really fun to get to go in there, and that type of feedback, just standing in front of the class and seeing the reactions of the students, is pretty amazing.
That's got to be super interesting and very gratifying as well, I would imagine.
It is.
Very gratifying. All right, ladies, that's it. We've come to the end of the road.
Sad.
I don't think so. I think you both did a great job. And again,
so fun.
Janice Berkenheger, our guest, Corporate Education Program Manager for Corporate and Community Education, and Vanessa Espinoza, who's the Public Information Manager, works alongside James Jarman. And James couldn't make it today, but sends his best. And we got to hear his voice on the Bighorn Blast newscast. All right. Yep. Good job, ladies. Did we miss anything?
I don't think so, but thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Yeah. Back with more in a moment. And by the way, all of the tickets are gone for those box seats at the rodeo tonight and tomorrow, so they're all spoken for. We did our job here in the studio. I live to talk another day. Imagine that.